छोटा छोटा स्लाइड्स है, बीच में थोड़ा डिले रहेगा, बी एडजस्ट. Neurohypophysis and its hormones. In last class we discussed adenohypophysis and its hormones. Adenohypophysis, adenohypophysis or the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland produce secreted following types of hormone. One is STH, somatotropic hormone, was the first hormone secreted by first hormone which we discussed. Somatotropic hormone, which is also called as growth hormone. Second was TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. Thyroid stimulating hormone is secreted by adenohypophysis, so that this thyroid stimulating hormone stimulates thyroid gland, so that the thyroid gland will be able to secrete hormone called thyroxine. That is the second hormone of adenohypophysis. The third hormone of adenohypophysis which we discussed was ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. What is the function of STH? Body growth. How it brings about body growth? By cell growth, cell division, and tissue formation and protein synthesis. TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, stimulates thyroid gland so that thyroid gland can secrete thyroxine. The next hormone is ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. Adrenocorticotropic hormone. Hormone directed towards the cortex of adrenal gland, so that adrenal gland can secrete glucocorticoids and mineralocorticoids. The hormones secreted by adrenal gland are glucocorticoids and mineralocorticoids, and these hormones are secreted by adrenal gland under the influence of ACTH produced by the adenohypophysis of the pituitary gland. The fourth hormone was prolactin. Fourth hormone discussed was prolactin. Prolactin hormone is essential for the development of mammary glands and the production of development of mammary glands at the time of pregnancy and production of milk after delivery. Prolactin. This hormone is also called as luteotropin. This hormone is also called as mammotropin. Okay. The other hormone was gonadotropins. Hormone was gonadotropin. Gonadotropins are hormones directed towards the gonads. Gonads are reproductive organs like testis and ovary, which are the main gonadotropic hormones. The first gonadotropic hormone is FSH. What is the full form for FSH? Follicle stimulating hormone. What is the role? FSH stimulates seminiferous tubules of testis and helps in the production of sperms. In human female, they are essential for the formation of ovarian follicles and the production of hormone called estrogen. FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, in human male and human female, it has got different function, but it is known by the same name. What is the role of FSH in human male? They are essential for the development of seminiferous tubules and production of sperms. In human female, they are essential for the formation of ovarian follicle and production of ovum, as well as secretion of hormone called estrogen. The second important hormone is LH. LH is also called as luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone is essential for the formation of corpus luteum and secretion of hormone called as progesterone. That is, the ovarian follicles are formed under the influence of FSH. After a certain time in the reproductive cycle, the ovarian follicle becomes Graafian follicle. FSH and LH. The next hormone is called as LH, luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone is essential. Luteinizing hormone is essential for the formation of corpus luteum, and corpus luteum secretes hormone called progesterone. अभी देखो students, FSH का वजह से, because of FSH, ovarian follicles are formed. Ovarian follicle develops as primordial follicle, primary follicle, and secondary follicle. Primary follicle and secondary follicle, then tertiary follicle and Graafian follicle बनेगा. ये Graafian follicle menstrual cycle का 14th डे में ब्रेक होके Graafian corpus luteum बनेगा और ovum release होएगा. Corpus luteum will produce hormone called as progesterone, and production of hormone called progesterone by the corpus luteum is under the influence of LH. In one word में LH का रोल क्या लिखेगा? Luteinizing hormone का रोल ये है. Luteinizing hormone is essential for the formation of corpus luteum and secretion of hormone called as progesterone. Okay. The other important hormone is ICSH, interstitial cells stimulating hormone. Interstitial cell stimulating hormone is also produced by the anterior pituitary, that is adenohypophysis. So it influences the interstitial cells of the testis, so that the interstitial cells will be able to produce hormone called testosterone. Testosterone का function क्या है? It is the testosterone that turns a boy into a man. Last time हम लोग discuss किया था. Then pars intermedia also secretes a hormone called as melanocyte stimulating hormone. Melanocyte stimulating hormone is essential for melanocyte stimulating hormone is essential for body pigmentation. It is poorly developed in pars intermedia is poorly developed in human beings, but well developed in lower vertebrates. In human being, we have melanin pigment dispersion is done in the presence of MSH. Neurohypophysis and its hormones. Neurohypophysis is differentiated into three parts. Pars nervosa, that is the neural lobe. Infundibulum or pituitary stalk, and median eminence. These are the three parts of the neurohypophysis. Pars nervosa, that is the neural lobe. Infundibulum, pituitary stalk, and median eminence. The pars nervosa act as storage area for secretion of hypothalamus. Actually, the hormones of neurohypophysis means it is the hormones of hypothalamus. याद रखना students. Neurons of hormones of neurohypophysis means it is the hormones of hypothalamus. Hypothalamus will produce the hormones, and those hormones will get stored in the pars nervosa. Okay. Thus, pars nervosa has no secretory role. It has got only storage role. So from where the hormone comes? Hormone comes from the hypothalamus. So ये hypothalamus हम लोग neurohypophysis का part के अंदर mention नहीं किया है क्या? किया है. This median eminence, you know, students, median eminence is a part of the pituitary gland, which is also the part of hypothalamus. What is median eminence? It is a part of pituitary gland, but it is also the part of hypothalamus. It is a common portion for hypothalamus and pituitary gland, median eminence. उधर hormones बनेगा और hormones neurohypophysis के अंदर store होता है. It stores and releases oxytocin and vasopressin, which are the two hormones of neurohypophysis. The two hormones of neurohypophysis are oxytocin and vasopressin. ये देखो students. This is hypothalamus. infundibulum, and pars nervosa. This is called as median eminence, a median eminence. This is called as infundibulum or pituitary stalk. And this is called as a pars nervosa, a pars nervosa. These three together, pars nervosa, infundibulum, and median eminence together is called as a neurohypophysis. Then what about adenohypophysis? This is adenohypophysis, pars distalis. Then infundibulum. This is pars distalis. This is pars tuberalis, which surrounds the infundibulum. And one more portion is there, which is called as pars intermedia. Pars intermedia is here. So pars distalis, pars intermedia, and pars tuberalis are the part of adenohypophysis, while median eminence, infundibulum, and pars nervosa are the part of neurohypophysis. This portion is called as a median eminence. A median eminence. Median eminence is a part of the pituitary gland as well as the part of the hypothalamus. Okay, students. First hormone of neurohypophysis, that is, the neurohypophysis as such as no hormone, it is produced by the hypothalamus and stored in the pars nervosa. First one is oxytocin. Oxytocin stimulates the contraction of uterus during parturition, so it is also called as a birth hormone. So at the time of delivery, the uterus has to contract, then only the baby will be able to come out through the birth canal. So for the proper contraction of the uterus, the labor pain and the labor activities, related activities, are always due to hormone called as oxytocin. Oxytocin stimulates contraction of uterus. Uterine muscles को contract करता है, so that there will be, at the time of parturition means delivery, delivery of the baby by the mother. So it is called as a birth hormone. It also stimulates the contraction of mammary glands to initiate milk ejection or release of milk. So it is also called a milk ejecting hormone. Oxytocin is a milk ejecting hormone. There, students, we have a confusing point coming. What is the function of prolactin? The main function of the prolactin is to produce the milk. Okay, then what is the function of oxytocin? It is the oxytocin that is essential to eject the milk from the mammary glands. Mammary glands के अंदर से milk eject होने के लिए what is required? This oxytocin is required. So what are the role of oxytocin? Oxytocin is essential for the contraction of uterus at the time of parturition or delivery, and it is also essential for ejection of milk from the mammary glands. What is the difference between prolactin and oxytocin? Prolactin is for production of milk, while oxytocin is for ejection of milk. Next hormone is called as anti-diuretic hormone, or ADH, or vasopressin. Some details of this hormone has been discussed in 11th standard when we discussed about osmoregulatory functions of kidney का osmoregulatory function discuss किया ना. At that time we discussed anti-diuretic hormone, or it is also called as vasopressin, ADH, or anti-diuretic hormone. It stimulates reabsorption of water in DCT and collecting ducts of nephrons of kidney. When primary urine passes through the nephron, water reabsorption takes place by the cells of the nephron. If the body wanted to reabsorb more and more water from primary urine, the reabsorption of water by the cells of the nephron will be always under the influence of this ADH, anti-diuretic hormone. Means if body senses, if body senses that there is excess loss, body senses that if there is excess loss of water through the urine, then body wanted to retain more water. In that case, body will secrete, our adenohypophysis will secrete, oh I'm sorry, neurohypophysis, and the median eminence will secrete hormone called as a what? ADH. So ADH is secreted by the neurohypophysis, that is so that our nephron will be able to reabsorb more and more water from primary urine. The target organ for ADH is nephron, especially the DCT and collecting ducts. It decreases loss of water by reducing urine quantity. If the urine quantity is reduced, of course, when water from primary urine is reabsorbed, urine quantity will be reduced, and that is because of antidiuretic hormone called ADH. It increases blood pressure by causing vasoconstriction. Vasoconstriction बोले तो blood capillaries को narrow बना लेते because of antidiuretic hormone. Suppose this is a blood capillary which is broad, and that blood capillary becomes narrow because of ADH. In this case, blood pressure is low, and here blood pressure will be what? High. So when vasoconstriction happens, the blood pressure automatically increases. That is why the hormone is called as vasopressin. Okay, these are the two hormones. Antidiuretic hormone. Antidiuretic hormone, it stimulates reabsorption of water in DCT and collecting ducts of nephrons of kidney. It decreases loss of water by reducing urine quantity. It increases blood pressure by causing vasoconstriction. Blood vessels को narrow बनाते हैं, तो blood pressure increase होता है. Deficiency of ADH reduces water reabsorption and increases urine output. Suppose if a person is suffering from abnormal secretion of ADH, if ADH is produced in lesser quantity, lesser hyposecretion. If ADH is produced in lesser quantity, kidney will not be able to reabsorb water from primary urine. That is, if ADH is produced in less quantity, nephron of the kidney will not be able to reabsorb water from primary urine. In that case, the urine output will be more. Urine ka production or urine ka excretion ज़्यादा होता है. This condition is called as diabetes insipidus. Condition is called as diabetes insipidus. No glucose is lost in the urine. सिर्फ water जाता है urine के अंदर से. If glucose is also lost, then it is called as diabetes mellitus. Here only water is lost, so it is called diabetes insipidus. Symptoms: excessive micturition, excessive urination, and increased thirst or polydipsia. Means the person who is suffering from diabetic, that is diabetes insipidus, the person will show excessive thirst and a condition called as one polydipsia. So what you know about ADH? ADH is antidiuretic hormone. Why it is called antidiuretic hormone? It is called antidiuretic hormone because it decreases urination. Diuresis का मतलब urination. Antidiuresis बोलेगा तो against urination means lesser urination, less water in urine. वो भी meaning है. So if ADH is less, if amount of ADH production is less, the condition is called as diabetes insipidus. What is the symptom of diabetes insipidus? Increased micturition and excessive thirst. What is excessive thirst clinically called? It is called polydipsia. So ये दोनों हार्मोन न्यूरोहाइपोफाइसिस का है. अभी देखो स्टूडेंट्स, न्यूरोहाइपोफाइसिस का हार्मोन के बारे में it came many times for examination. Is very important not only for HSC examination but also for the NEET related examinations. So ये पढ़ के जाने का. With this we complete the hormones of पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड, पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड का हॉर्मोन्स कौन सा है? एडिनो हाइपोफाइसिस का एसटीएच, टीएसएच, एसीटीएच, एफएसएच, देन एलएच, आईसीएसएच, प्रोलैक्टिन। तो न्यूरो हाइपोफाइसिस में आएगा तो यू गेट ऑक्सीटोसिन एंड एडीएच, एंटी डायूरेटिक हार्मोन। ओके, सी स्टूडेंट्स, हम लोग अभी नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में जाएगा, 1 मिनट के लिए रुको। हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, कैन यू सी पीनल ग्लैंड करके दिख रहा है?
Yes, sir.
ओके,
Yes, sir.
दिस इज द नेक्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द लेसन। पीनल ग्लैंड हमारा पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड हो गया। सबसे पहला हम लोग हाइपोथैलेमस डिस्कस किया था, और दैट इज केमिकल कोऑर्डिनेशन के अंदर। फिर अपना नेक्स्ट ग्लैंड था पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड। नाउ नेक्स्ट ग्लैंड इज कॉल्ड पीनल ग्लैंड। पीनल ग्लैंड का पोजीशन देखना स्टूडेंट्स, वो ब्लू कलर में जो दिखाया है ना, दैट इज द पीनल ग्लैंड। पीनल ग्लैंड ब्रेन, इसके अंदर ब्लू कलर का एक एरो आया है, पीनल ग्लैंड। एंड मेलाटोनिन करके हार्मोन बनाते हैं, विच इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज द स्लीप हार्मोन। ये टेक्स्ट बुक का स्केच है, डायग्राम है। इसके अंदर कॉर्पस कलोसम लेबल किया है, कॉर्पस कलोसम लेबल्ड, देन थैलामस इज लेबल्ड, then hypothalamus is labeled, then pituitary gland is labeled, and brainstem is also labeled. Even this diagram is not very clear, so I have added one more diagram. This diagram is from the diagram which you are looking at is the diagram from the textbook. इसके अंदर कॉर्पस कलोसम लेबल किया है, एंड ब्लू कलर में पीनल ग्लैंड को लेबल किया है। Pituitary gland is also labeled, brainstem. Brainstem means it has got midbrain, medulla oblongata, and pons. What exactly is brainstem? Brainstem is formed by midbrain, pons, and medulla oblongata. ये तीनों मिलके उसको brainstem बुलाते हैं स्टूडेंट्स। उसके अंदर मिड ब्रेन रहेगा, मेडुल्ला ऑब्लोंगेटा रहता है, और pons varolai रहता है। ये तीनों मिलके brainstem. Corpus callosum, as you know, it is a transverse bands of nerve fibers that connects the cerebral hemispheres. Thalamus and hypothalamus, you are well aware. Pituitary gland, which we discussed now, and brainstem. Okay, see this diagram. Very well marked, the pineal gland. Means this is the exact structure of the pineal gland, is the position of the pineal gland. That is, now you look here. You can see corpus callosum labeled, the pituitary gland labeled, which is below it, hypothalamus. If pineal gland comes for examination, draw this diagram. A diagram bana lene ka, you are going to get marks, because in this diagram it is very clear. It not only shows the pituitary gland as well as the pineal gland. Hypothalamus is also well marked, corpus callosum. ये डायग्राम बनाओ, दूसरा डायग्राम है ना थोड़ा कंफ्यूजिंग दिख रहा है, but this also will give you the marks. Okay, pineal gland is given off, GIVEN, एक spelling error, given off from the roof of diencephalon and is located between the two cerebral hemispheres. That is the exact position. Two cerebral hemispheres का बीच में. Then how we are able to see it? We are able to see it because the diagram is a section. वो एक section था, इसीलिए हम लोग को दिखाई दिया. The pineal gland is sensitive to the biochemical signals of light. Light sensitive रहता है. Pineal gland is given off from the roof of diencephalon. Which is the roof of diencephalon? Of course, the epithalamus. And floor of the diencephalon, hypothalamus. मतलब है ना, डायनसेफेलॉन का रूफ के अंदर से भी एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड आता है, डायनसेफेलॉन का फ्लोर के अंदर से भी एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड आता है. Which is the gland that arises from the roof of the diencephalon? That is the pineal gland. And which is the gland that arises from the floor of the diencephalon? Pituitary gland. Okay. It is the only portion in human brain that gives out endocrine glands, that is diencephalon. Pineal gland is sensitive to the biochemical signals of light. Light का biochemical signals को sensitive रहते हैं. It secretes hormone called melatonin, also known as sleep hormone. It is secretes a hormone called as melatonin, and also known as sleep hormone. The hormone is derived from amino acid called tryptophan. Melatonin plays an important role in the regulation of biological clock, that is 24-hour diurnal rhythm of our body. It helps in maintaining normal rhythm of sleep wake up cycle and also influences body temperature, metabolism and reproductive cycles. Melatonin plays an important role regulation of biological clock. 24 means 12 hours के बाद say we feel sleepy. That is because of the production of melatonin. And students, melatonin का दूसरा function है, every day you get up at 6 a.m. by using an alarm. Alarm use करके 6 a.m. को उठता है. One day you got up even without an alarm, we can say that your melatonin is working properly. So that sleep wake up cycle is due to what? वो एक example है biological clock का, and it is controlled by the what? Melatonin. It also helps in maintaining normal rhythm of sleep wake up cycle and also influences body temperature, metabolism and reproductive cycle. And people are of the opinion that the reproductive cycles like menstrual cycle, then estrous cycle in non-primate mammals, ये सब be as some role, melatonin has some role करके, but even though it is not established, it is said like that. Okay, so what is melatonin? Is a hormone. Which gland produces it? Pineal gland. Where exactly is present pineal gland present? It is present as a on the roof of the diencephalon from the epithalamus. So it is sensitive to which stimuli? It is sensitive to light stimuli. That is why students, हम लोग थोड़ा अंधेरा रहेगा तो ही, darkness रहेगा तो ही हम लोग को नींद मिलता है. एकदम लाइट पे हम लोग bright light, we won't feel sleepy. We will sleepy only when there is darkness. Okay, light sensitive रहते, this gland as well as the hormone. It helps in maintaining normal rhythm of sleep wake up cycle, also influences body temperature, metabolism and reproductive cycles. Okay, इतना है this pineal gland के अंदर. This diagram is important. I let me tell you that follow this diagram, students, for making the sketch if it comes for examination. Comes for examination means it's a very good 3-mark question. बहुत ही अच्छा 3-mark question रहते हैं pineal gland. You can see hypothalamus, corpus callosum, everything. Okay, so please wait for 1 more minute. We'll start with the next slide of thyroid gland. Please wait. Hello students, can you see a slide called thyroid gland?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very important portion. When you compare thyroid gland with the pituitary gland, from examination point of view, thyroid gland was there in the paper more than the pituitary gland. All this portion is very important. Chemical coordination. After brain and structure, thyroid gland is another important part. Thyroid gland is the largest endocrine gland in human body. Which is the smallest endocrine gland? Pituitary gland. The gland is bilobed and it is situated in front of trachea, below the larynx. Trachea ka front pe, that is trachea is the windpipe and it is below the larynx. Larynx is the voice box. Larynx, the larynx is the voice box. Bilobed gland, or it is butterfly shaped gland. The two lobes of thyroid gland is connected by a non-secretory band called isthmus. The next diagram, it will be clear to you. The two lobes of thyroid gland are connected by a non-secretory band called as isthmus. The word isthmus means bridge, bridge. The thyroid lobes are composed of rounded follicles held together by interfollicular connective tissue called stroma. This is trachea. This is the larynx or voice box. And this is the thyroid gland. It has got two lobes, a butterfly shaped, and the two lobes are connected by a non-secretory portion. This non-secretory portion is called as the isthmus. This is one lobe of thyroid, the second lobe of thyroid, and this portion is the connecting portion. That connecting portion is called as the isthmus. The word isthmus means bridge. The stroma contains blood capillaries and small groups of parafollicular cells, C cells or clear cells. What exactly is this? 1 minute. If you look inside the thyroid gland, if you look inside the thyroid gland, you will be able to see many follicles. Thyroid gland, these are the follicles. And follicles are the structural and functional unit of thyroid gland. These are the follicles. And in between the follicle, there are blood vessels, there are nerve cells, and there may be isolated group of cells. As a group of cells bhi रहेगा. This group of cells are called as C cells or parafollicular cell. Thyroid ka covering, the structural and functional unit of thyroid called as follicles, and in between the follicle there are stromal tissues are there, blood capillaries are there, and group of cells called as C cells or parafollicular cells. Okay, that is when you look inside the thyroid. Outside the thyroid, it has got two lobes. Butterfly ka wing jaisa do lobe रहेगा, and both the lobes are connected by isthmus. Inside, it has got follicles. What are follicles? Structural and functional unit of thyroid. And outer to the follicle, there are stromal tissue, blood vessels रहेगा, nerves रहेगा, and some clear cells are there. The stroma contains blood capillaries and some group of parafollicular cell or C cells. The word C means clear cells. Follicles are lined with the cuboidal epithelium resting on a basement membrane. If you take the follicles, this is the follicle. Follicle has got a cuboidal epithelial cells like this. And these cuboidal epithelial cells are present on a basement membrane. That is, there is a basement membrane. In the basement membrane, on the basement membrane are placed cuboidal epithelial cells. These are the cuboidal epithelial cells. And it has got a jelly-like substance in the center. That jelly-like substance is called as the colloid. So colloid bulate, jelly-like substance called colloid. The stroma contains blood capillaries and C cells. Follicles are lined with the cuboidal epithelium resting on a basement membrane. The follicles are filled with a gelatinous substance called colloid. Thyroid gland. This is the diagram which you have to make if a morphology of thyroid gland comes. Larynx, that is the voice box. Left lobe of thyroid, थायराइड का लेफ्ट लोब, द राइट लोब ऑफ थायराइड, isthmus दोनों का बीच में, एंड ऑफ कोर्स द ट्रकिया। मॉर्फोलॉजी ऑफ थायराइड ग्लैंड आएगा तो ये डायग्राम बनाने का। दिस डायग्राम इज एक्सक्लूसिव फॉर यू, दिस इज नॉट फ्रॉम एनी टेक्स्ट बुक और गूगल नहीं है, सब आपके लिए बनाया है। यही डायग्राम बनाने का मॉर्फोलॉजी ऑफ थायराइड ग्लैंड आएगा तो दैट इज main labels which you have to make are the larynx, voice box, left lobe of thyroid, the right lobe of thyroid, the connecting isthmus, and the trachea. Okay, thyroid gland ka morphology. Thyroid ka TS. If you look into the thyroid, TS of thyroid gland बोलते इसको हम लोग, transverse section of thyroid gland. TS of thyroid gland, very important diagram. Thyroid follicle, एक follicle है. Follicle is the structural and functional unit of thyroid gland. The basement membrane of the follicle, follicle का basement membrane. Cuboidal epithelium line present on the basement membrane. The colloid, follicle के अंदर जो jelly like substance रहता है. The parafollicular cells or C cells, clear cells बोलते हैं इसको. The blood capillaries. इतना labels करने का. 2 mark question. That is various parts of the thyroid gland. The thyroid follicle, basement membrane, cuboidal epithelium is placed on the basement membrane, the colloid, paracells, and blood capillaries. Those colloid contains thyroglobulin. Colloid contains a substance called thyroglobulin. A thyroglobulin, it is made by the body. When you add iodine to the thyroglobulin through your diet, body makes thyroxine. थायरोग्लोबुलिन के साथ आयोडीन को ऐड करने का तो बॉडी क्या बनाएगा? थायरोक्सिन बनाएगा. आयोडीन बॉडी बना नहीं सकता. बॉडी कैन नॉट मेक आयोडीन. यू हैव टू सप्लीमेंट थ्रू योर डाइट. When you supplement iodine through your diet, the iodine will get added to the thyroglobulin, which is present in the colloid. Colloid के अंदर thyroglobulin है. When iodine get added to it, body makes a thyroxine. That is the role of iodine and the thyroid gland. Means thyroid gland will wait till you supply iodine through your diet. तो वो thyroglobulin के साथ मिक्स करके क्या बना देंगे? थायरॉक्सिन बनाएंगे. So that is one important point which you have to remember. It is the colloid that contains the thyroglobulin. Hormones of thyroid gland. Thyroid gland produces two hormones. Thyroxine is one. Thyrocalcitonin is the second one. Thyroxine is secreted by the follicular cells stimulated by TSH of pituitary gland. Thyroxine are of two types. T3, triiodothyronine containing 3 iodine atoms. T4, tetraiodothyronine containing 4 iodine atoms. So I request your full attention there. Hormones of thyroid gland. How many hormones are produced by the thyroid gland? 2 hormones, thyroxine and thyrocalcitonin, or simply called as calcitonin. Thyroxine is produced by the follicular epithelium. That is the epithelium, I mean the follicular cells. While calcitonin is produced by the C cells. वो parafollicular cells, हम लोग previous diagram में blue color में जो label किया था, those cells will produce the one calcitonin. And thyroxine are of two types. One is called T3 and the other one is called as T4. If you give more iodine atoms to the body, if you are giving more iodine to the body, body will make a T4. If you are giving less iodine to the body, body will make T3. I said there is no difference in the metabolic functions performed by T3 and T4. T3 और T4 का metabolic functions में कुछ differences नहीं है. Only thing is that based on the availability of iodine atom which you provide to the body through the diet, body makes T3 or T4. If 3 iodine atoms available, body will be making only T3, triiodothyronine. If body gets 4 iodine atoms, body makes tetraiodothyronine. Obvious from the word T3 and T4. Thyroxine is synthesized by attaching iodine atoms to amino acid. Tyrosine by enzyme action. Means iodine atom tyrosine करके amino acid के साथ join करके that is this hormone is synthesized. The amino acid tyrosine binds to single iodine atoms or 2 iodine atoms to produce monoiodothyronine or diiodothyronine. Tyrosine एक iodine atom mono T1 बनाएगा, T2 बनाएगा. T1 and T2 are why there are T1 and T2 not meant. T1 and T2 are unstable. They won't be able to carry out the functions. So T1 and T2 molecules bind end to end, make the colloidal mass inside the follicle. ये पूरा वो colloids के अंदर रह जाते T1 and T2. They are further metabolized to prepare T3 and T4. Body will make T1, T2, which are not active. Later on, 1 or 2 iodine atoms are added so that they becomes T3 as well as T4. T3 is secreted in smaller quantity but physiologically more active and long lasting. T3 is produced in small quantity. T3 is produced in very less quantity, but physiologically it is very active, more active than T4. Thyroid gland is the only gland that stores its hormones. So T3 and T4, what is the difference between T3 and T4? T3, 3 iodine atoms, T4, 4 iodine atom. T3 produced in less quantity, T4 produced in more quantity. T3 more active and the action is long lasting. T4 less active and action is short lasting. T4 and T3 differences. Thyroid gland is the only gland in human body that stores the hormone. T3 and T4 are stored before secretion and are regulated by thyrotropin, TSH of the thyrotropin or thyroid stimulating hormone of pituitary gland by negative feedback mechanism. By the mechanism is called as negative feedback mechanism. That means T3 and T4 are stored before secretion and are regulated by thyrotropin of pituitary gland by negative feedback mechanism. Negative feedback mechanism बोले तो if there is no if there is no thyroxine, pituitary gland will produce TSH. TSH will tell the thyroid gland to make thyroxine. If the level of thyroxine is high, thyroxine will tell the pituitary gland not to make TSH. That way there is negative feedback method. That is pituitary gland secretes TSH. TSH will go to the thyroid gland so that thyroid gland can make thyroxine. This is the point. Pituitary gland negative feedback inhibition कैसा होता है देखो. Pituitary gland secretes TSH. goes to the thyroid gland. Thyroid gland makes thyroxine. If the level of thyroxine is high, it will tell the pituitary gland stop producing TSH, so that thyroid gland will not make thyroxine. If the level of thyroxine is low, that will influence pituitary gland, and so that pituitary gland produces TSH. TSH will tell the thyroid gland to make the one thyroxine. That means the level of the amount of thyroxine in the blood determines its production as well as its inhibition. That is the meaning of negative feedback. ज्यादा रहेगा तो thyroxine खुद pituitary gland को influence करके बताएंगे. That means TSH मत बनाओ, so that thyroxine will be made. If level is less, it will again influence pituitary gland, so that pituitary gland will make TSH. TSH will influence the thyroid gland to make what? Thyroxine. This is the way how it is negatively controlled by negative feedback inhibition. We have the role of thyroxine. Thyroxine regulates BMR, basal metabolic rate. बॉडी का बेसल मेटाबॉलिक रेट को रेगुलेट करता है thyroxine. It also regulates metabolism by stimulating protein synthesis and promotes growth of body tissues. It helps in thermoregulation by increasing heat production. It increases action of neurotransmitters, adrenaline and noradrenaline. It also supports process of RBC production. It helps in the maintenance of water and electrolyte balance. Regulates reproductive cycle in female and essential for normal mental alertness. Essential for normal mental alertness means आप mentally alert रहने के लिए, concentrate करके रहने के लिए आपको thyroxine चाहिए. If you have got more thyroxine in your body, you will be hyperactive. एकदम hyperactive रहेगा. बैठेगा तो सोचेगा खड़ा रहने का है, तो सोचेगा चलने का है. Lack of concentration. If thyroxine is less, you will be lethargic, laziness रहेगा. So more amount of thyroxine, you are hyperactive, no concentration. Less amount of thyroxine, you are lethargic, again no concentration. So alert रहने के लिए thyroxine चाहिए. It also regulates reproductive cycle in human females. Human females के अंदर menstrual cycle control करने में thyroxine help करता है. It helps in the maintenance of water and electrolyte balance. Body के अंदर water का balance maintain करना, electrolyte का balance maintain करने में भी help करता है. Not the major role, but it also influence. It also supports process of RBC production. Thyroxine is essential for the production of RBC. It increases the action of neurotransmitters, adrenaline and noradrenaline. Thyroxine regulates BMR, basal metabolic rate. It also regulates metabolism by stimulating, increases protein synthesis and body tissue formation में भी help करता है. It helps in thermoregulation by increasing heat production. These are the major roles played by thyroxine in human body. देखो students, the lecture is completed here. We'll stop here, and the remaining part of the thyroid gland, calcitonin का function or abnormality with the thyroid gland or आगे का portion, that is adrenal gland, and all will be discussed in the coming lectures. This will be uploaded into the WhatsApp as a PPT. ऐसा ही PPT में upload कर लेता हूँ, WhatsApp में डाल देता हूँ अभी, so that you can refer it back. Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
students. Thank
Bye,
you.
sir.